6-7 minutes, like, yeah. Go ahead, please.
Uh, Good evening, honorable guests and organizers and my fellow participants, all the way from Borishal, Chittagong, and Dhaka University. I'm truly honored to be present here and presenting the impactful work of Campus Voice, which works with democratic values and representation. And can you share this slide, please? So, before sharing slide, let me introduce my team. My team has dynamic characters. It has a dedicated team, which of course includes Farhana Khan Juthi. She doesn't need really any kind of introduction. And next one is Jubayer, my friend of public administration. And third one is me, Shohanur Shubh. And fourth one is Moumita, one of my department junior. They have all worked relentlessly to contribute to this project to make it a success. Let's talk about Campus Voice, which served as a bridge between students and administration, dedicated to promoting coexistence, political coexistence, and student representation in our campus. As part of our project, the first thing we did was conducting a survey to understand how democratic is our campus and how the students' point of view is actually they seem capable of democratic practices in the campus. So, a lot of students think that the transportation problem is a significant problem in our campus. But truly, from our team's point of view, it is actually the lack of student representation which is a significant problem in our campus. Because without that, addressing that problem, we can really solve those peripheral questions like transportation and other waste management and other technical problems which can be solved through goodwill and good effort within few days. And you can see a lot of students don't even understand which is representation. That's why we thought as a team, knowledge in this country is in terrible condition. We need to do something about it. So we tried to organize a session on democratic values, and we had a keynote speaker for this session, who was Associate Professor Raji sir, who had a defining understanding of democracy, which perfectly aligns with our agenda. And we had discussions about what roots of democracy and other stuffs like how Bengal region perceived democracy before colonial rule. And we had participants from different departments, and of course we had DFTP course mates as well. And he has said something like following of the Constitution for Bangladesh and Ordinance of University of Chittagong, which are the rule books to justify your democratic practices, and involving guardians as stakeholders for any kind of decision-making process. As part of our discussion, and we have made a report on the findings from our survey and the understanding of our local living in the campus area. So we have piled up the suggestions and the significant problems in our campus, and made a report which was delivered to the campus authorities like tutorial bodies and the VC and Pro-VC office, to the Journalist Association, which gave us media coverage. So the significant problems here is that we don't demand for our rights. We don't demand for our Senate meetings, representation in Senate meetings. But anyone here advocating for democratic practices and democratic practices in their own campus should demand for their own rights. Without taking the responsibility, you can expect better facilities. So I would like to address those people who are advocating democratic practices should demand for transparency in their budget allocation of the campus, demand for University Central Student Union election, which in Chittagong University hasn't happened for the last 30 years, And for Dhaka University, maybe it's 5 or 6 years it didn't hold any Dakshi election, which is very significant for representation issue. And I don't have any knowledge of Borishal University, pardon me. But the point is, these elections are very fundamental to ensure significant representation in your campus and in the political arena so that the coexistence can happen. The point I was trying to make, that without taking the responsibilities on your own shoulder, you can expect better representation and facilities. So let me end with a quote, which is, democracy is all about shared ownership. The state, society, and campus cannot function effectively unless you accept it as your own. Thank you, everyone. I think I don't have any question answer session.
Later, we will see. Yeah, thank you.
So, thank you.
Thank you so much for your presentation. I think it's very, very important.